Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If this is your first time, thank you so much for joining us. I just installed this beautiful 13x6 wig that I got from Amazon. If you guys are interested in seeing how I prepped it, curled it, and do all that, don't forget to like, comment, follow, share, and subscribe. Without bumping my gum too much, let's get into it. So first off, we're gonna start with prepping the wig, meaning washing it, curling it, and getting it to looking what it looks like, and then the final step would be installing it. This is a very beginners friendly video because I grew up from a small town, and baby, when I tell you, when I was in high school, I could not find anybody to do my hair. So I took it upon myself, go on YouTube, learn how to install wigs, style them, prep them, like any hairstyles that I wanted to do. I go on YouTube, type it, and then see what other people do and do that. And it would not be fair for me to know all of this information and not share it with you guys. This is how I do it. I'm not a hairstylist, disclaimer. I just do this just for fun, and I thought, like, why not share it with you guys? If I can do it, anybody can do it, honestly, because I didn't know how to do none of this stuff. Nobody was gonna do it for me if I didn't learn. Okay, you want something, you get it yourself. Okay, so yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so the first step, we are gonna start with bleaching our wig, and I am using my quick blue powder as well as this 40 volume developer. Usually I would use a 20 instead of a 40, mainly because 40 is a little bit strong. Once you're done, go ahead and put that all in the mixing bowl and mix it up very well to like a cottage cheese consistency, and go ahead and gently apply it to your lace. Make sure you are not being too heavy-handed because you don't want it to bleed through, because that will result in your wig being over bleached in the knots, and you don't want that, where you might have to go back and, you know, dye it black. Or I have a quick little tip on how to fix that if that does happen at the end, so stay tuned to see all of that. But in the meantime, just apply your bleach. Once you finish applying your bleach, go in with your tin foil and let it sit for like about 5 minutes. I know I set up a timer for 30 minutes. However, since I did use a 40 volume developer, I got a little scared, so I stopped it a little bit earlier than that. Once you're done bleaching it after 5 minutes, if you do use a 40, just keep an eye on it, and so that way it's not over bleaching, because if you do over bleach your knots, it will result into your wig thinning. Once you finish bleaching it, go ahead and wash it with your shampoo and conditioner. Make sure you are washing the wig thoroughly and let the wig soak in conditioner for about 15 minutes, and you should end up with something like this. It looks absolutely beautiful, and I'm glad that I didn't let it sit longer, because yeah, you do not want your wig to be over bleached. Okay, so for the next step, you're gonna need a mannequin stand as well as a mannequin head, and any brush or combs, as well as your heating tools, because we're going in and curling the wig. And I also got some cute little pins, so that way I can pin my wig down and it's not moving. You don't want this bad boy to go anywhere. Since we are not professional, I usually do it like this, mainly because that way I have control as if I was doing somebody else's head. And by doing that, baby, you will always have the perfect install. Now I'm going in with my hot comb and moving all of the baby hair out of the way. You want to do that because when you go to glue your wig down, you don't want any of the baby hair getting in the way. To make sure that the hair is completely laying down, I'm going with my silk stick and applying that all over the hairline, and going in with my hot comb just to make sure that everything is just laying super flat. And that's how you get the perfect install, and you can put your hair half up and half down if you want to. And yeah, this step is very important. Do not skip it. If you ever see people with a bulky like looking wig in the front, that's probably because they are not spending their time doing this process, and it can be a little bit hard trying to do this while it's on your head. That's why I personally use a mannequin head, and it's so much easier to do what you have to do. Curl your hair, straighten it, whatever you have to do. Is just such a great way because you have control over somebody else's head and it's not in your head, so you will always have a perfect finish. And this mannequin head came with 3 lines in the front, which I absolutely love because I usually use these as guidelines to create my parts. If I was doing a middle part, then I would have went with the middle line. Since I am doing a side part on the right, I traced a line to just literally give me a guideline of where I want my part to be. Whenever I use this process, I always have a perfect side part or middle part, mainly because I am not trying to literally figuring it out while it's on my head. I already have a part, I just have to like literally perfect it when it's my head, which you would literally see a little bit later on. But yeah, this is what she was looking like. She was giving life, baby. Okay, look at this. A period. Even if you're not a professional, you will always have a professional lay by doing these steps. Okay. Okay, so the next step, we are going to curl this hair. For that, you're gonna need a 1 curler, and before curling it, we need to apply some heat protectant. I am using my Fantasia hair polisher / heat protector, and this step is very important, mainly because you don't want to have crunchy curls. If you do not moisturize your hair before you start curling it, your hair will be frizzy and it's not gonna look cute. Okay, it's not. Just put any heat protectant whenever you are curling your hair or applying any heat in your hair. Make sure that you are using some heat protectant, so that way you are protecting your wig from thinning out. At this point, I am separating the hair in half and putting the upper half away so I have better access to each piece of hair individually. If you struggle to curl hair, this is the best process ever. Just literally grab your 1 curler and start twirling the hair around it in a downward motion. And baby, yeah, just keep doing that and holding each curl before you dropping it. When it comes to curling hair, I struggle the most. And baby, when I tell you, this step is very important if you have those issues like me. If you don't know how to curl, literally invest in a mannequin head and you wear like wigs all the time, baby, like you need to be doing this. If you do this, like you'll be like, wow, like I can have flawless hair at any moment. Like, and you can also practice any style regardless if it's crimps or straight. If you are wearing wigs, I think it's very important that you are styling these, you know, off your head, because at that point you're gonna end up with something perfect every time. There's no way you can do this, like, because it's like you are doing it for somebody else. Like, I used to burn my forehead so much every time I tried to like curl my hair while it's on my head, and the curls never come out perfectly, and on top of my head was never curled. So by doing this, I don't have that issue. When you are curling the side, make sure you are going in with your hot comb to get those baby hair staying down, because the more time you spend curling and perfecting the wig and prepping it, the less time you're gonna spend installing it. But yeah, if you do these steps, you'll always have something perfect. By the way, I got this wig from Amazon from this brand called Limota. It is a 13x6 lace frontal, and I got it in a 34-inch. All of the description will be in the description box down below, and this wig will also be in my Amazon storefront. I just signed up, okay, so support a girl. But yeah, I also have a video where I talk about the details. I've been wearing this wig for a month, meaning I've been through it with it. So if you want to know if I like it or dislike it, just stay tuned for all of that. This is what the curls were looking like once we were all done. Like I said, perfect curls every time. If you do follow these steps, you will always have flawless hair. Okay, now let's move on to installing this. Okay, so we are done literally curling this hair. This is definitely hands down the best method for me personally, because I'm not a hairstylist and I always like my hair to look slay, okay? But to keep it on a budget, I learned to do that myself by just like literally, you know, as you can see in the video, getting a mannequin head and all that. But at this point, we're just gonna go ahead and install the wig now. It's already bleached. I did all that stuff because I wore it for my birthday already, but I haven't had the time to actually sit down and do a proper install review because I forgot my hot comb in my vlog. If you haven't checked that out, check it out. I'll put the link somewhere right here. But yeah, without bumping my gun too much, let's just get into it. Okay, for starter, the wig did came with like 2 original wig caps. They are very sheer, see-through. They were wonderful. However, they are gone now since I already wore the wig for like about a month now. But usually I would go in with something like this, just a regular stocking. As you can tell, I already used this one, but I usually get these from the Dollar Tree, $1, so you can stock up on these, and I love it because it's so thin when you put it on. So that's what I'm gonna be using for my bald cap. Recently I lost all my hair. I shaved my head not too long ago when my sister was getting married. I ended up getting like a quick weave, and then I didn't remove it properly, which was on me. Stick to what you know. So now all of my hair is done, so I had to shave it. So this is what it's looking like. First time ever showing it on camera. I did my makeup, but clearly I was wearing my bonnet, so excuse that. Yeah, we gotta clean, we gotta prep this. That's the first step, and I usually go in with my alcohol. This is like 70%. You can use whatever alcohol that's of your liking, and just regular cotton pads. And we have to clean up the area before we even apply the wig. Just alcohol, cotton pads, and literally wipe my forehead because you want this part to be free of makeup. Like I said, I did my makeup, so I'm removing all of that from my forehead, and any products that may have gotten from my hair to my forehead, we're just removing everything. Like honestly, you really have to wipe your forehead so good, like so good. You don't want nothing to be on there. And this is what my cotton pad is looking like after wiping it so much. Now that we got that situated, I look a little crazy. I'm just gonna literally grab my scissors, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut about like this much. And I usually, like, since it's just stockings and there's no closing on top or whatever, and I already used the first part, so I'm just gonna tie it up like this, which gives you a nice little knot. And I'm literally gonna go ahead and flip that inside out, so now it creates this bonnet situation as if it was like the regular caps. Now I'm just gonna put it on my head. My hair is already slicked back. Since I already style it and moisturize it, like that's one thing, make sure your hair is moisturized under your wig because you do not want any breakage, okay? To make my cap stay, I'm gonna go in with this cute little baby hair comb / brush thing, and I'm just gonna poke a hole right here just so my ear can go around that. Mainly because I want to secure the cap, and we're gonna go ahead and do the same on the other side. Right here through like such. Having a hard time getting over my earring. There you go. It should look like it looks bad. We love that. Now I'm gonna go in with my Got To Be spray, just a regular yellow one, and just like everybody do, your bald cap, nothing special, nothing crazy. We're just gonna spray around it. Oh, no, we cannot have that happening to our makeup. Alright, let's see. And like I usually just go in with my Rentel comb to make sure that it's laying down flat and we don't have no roll-ups. Now we're gonna go in with our blow dryer and literally blow dry it on cool. Like, don't do hot because you want this to, like, you know, not melt. So I'm just gonna put mine on cool. That's the setting, and then I'm gonna put it on not so high level. So it's just like, you know, drying it. Okay, so now that our cap is like completely dry, which we absolutely love, I'm gonna go in with my foundation and literally put a little dab on the back of my hand like such, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and like distribute it all over this cap to give it a little bit more of my complexion, because this is giving very much light skin and we're not light skin. It is a frontal, so that's why I'm like literally going around and putting it all over just in case I do want to switch my part at some point. So yeah, you should be looking almost like this. Okay. Now we're gonna go in with like our scissors again and literally cut these pieces, and for these flaps I just like literally tuck it in. I don't know if it's the way my face is shaped, but I can never get these ear tabs to like literally sprayed down the way I want them to. They always lift up, but okay, so I did go back and fix the flaps. So now I have nothing rising at all. Everything is just flat down. This is super easy. Like, honestly, I don't know why people pay people to get their hair done. Honestly, all you need is some time and some patience. Watch some YouTube videos like this one and it'll be just fine. Period. I'm gonna go in again with my alcohol and my cotton pad and wipe down any excess spray that I might have gotten close to where I'm about to apply the glue, and I just don't want anything there. I just want a clean slate. So we're wiping as close as possible. If your glue is not sticking or your wig lifts up or it's not lasting as long, it's because of this. I know, like, since my hair is natural, I use natural hair products and I use oil on my hair, and if the oil gets on my lace, that's like literally my biggest enemy. Your lace will rise up and it's not gonna stay as long as it should. What you gotta do, wipe that forehead, make sure it's clean before you apply that wig, sis. Okay, now that we have our clean slate for our wig, we're just literally gonna go in with our beautiful hair that we got from Amazon. I installed this in by myself, as I always do, because I have a small head, as you can see, and I need that thing very tight and already holding my lace down. And I do that mainly because if I want to wear my wig glueless, that can be an option as well. It came with some combs in there. I think I removed some of them. Like, this is the middle comb, and there was like two on the side, which I removed, and then one in the back. I like the one in the back mainly because I can tuck it in, so if I'm doing a cartwheel or a flip, I don't know why I would ever do that. But in case I am, I can have something that's gonna, like, you know, hold my wig together. Enough blobbering. Let's just put this wig on and let's get into gluing. To literally make sure that I'm putting this on properly, I would literally flip it like this. Like, I would take this and then flip it back and then put it right in front of my head like this, and then I will go in and hold it and then grab my elastic band and then put it in the back like this. And then now go ahead with this. You take the comb, add that all the way in the back, and then boom. She is a beautiful. This wig is definitely big head friendly. That's why I had to install that band on there, because the baby, and also use the adjustable strap part because we got small heads over here. Little peanut gallery. There we go. So now I'm just going in and, you know, making sure that it's on my hairline where I want my wig to go. Just making sure that it's going in the place where I want it to be at. That's what I'm currently doing. So when you go glue it down, it's already where you want it and it's not moved. So I think I want to glue something like this. So yeah, let's get into gluing. I'm just literally gonna be moving my baby hairs and all them hairs back from the wig. And I'm gonna go with these little clips to just make sure that none of the hair is getting in my way when I'm gluing it down. Doing hair is super easy. Before, it used to be very intimidating because I didn't know how to do it. But then I started going on YouTube and learning, because I'm from a small town in Pennsylvania. And during that time when I lived there, I went to high school there, I didn't really have anybody to do my hair, and I was going through some hair issues. I shaved my head like a few times before, and when I shaved my head, I wasn't gonna go to school like that, so my dad had to get me a wig. Like, I told him I wasn't gonna go to school until he gets me a wig, and that was point blank period. I wasn't gonna go to school looking like a bald-headed you know what. So he went and got me a synthetic wig. That was like my very first wig, and then ever since then I fell in love. And I was like always like mad that my wig looks synthetic and not natural. So I would go on YouTube and find ways to make it look natural, and while doing that, I learned how to do a lot of things. I learned how to find, like, you know, human wigs that were like very inexpensive, so that way I didn't have to feel like, oh my god, my hair is synthetic and I don't want to, like, you know, I don't want the girls to know that it's synthetic or whatever. Like, pathetic. I do wear synthetic wigs, by the way, and I love them. But in high school, I was just like, okay, how do I make this thing look natural? And that's when Nicki Minaj was coming out with like all these wigs and stuff like that, and people used to say that I look like her, and I'm like, I don't look like her. Maybe it's our lace fronts that look the same. But yeah, small town, no one to do my hair, so I had to learn. If I can do this, anybody can do this, to be honest. Like, you do not need to pay somebody to professionally do your hair, especially it's not your real hair, so you can definitely experiment and see what you like. I look a little crazy. What I'm doing right now is just making sure that everything is like where I want it to be before I like literally seal the deal, because you do not want to seal the deal and then your wig is crooked. Okay? That's not what you want to do. If you do, baby, you're gonna end up hating that and like not liking your slate at all, and be like, what the hell, I might as well pay somebody. But if you follow these steps, which I do all the time, I learned from YouTube and now I'm using my YouTube to teach y'all. So the circle of life, okay? YouTube University, the greatest thing that's ever existed, okay? I learned everything from here. To glue my wig, I'm just gonna go in with this bow hold adhesive glue. This is the pink one. I got it from Amazon. It came the same day as the wig. Everything will be listed on my Amazon storefront, and it will also be in my bio, so check that out. If you guys want to get the same exact wig, the glue, and all the products that I use, they will be listed on my Amazon storefront. So now that I know this is where I want all of this to go, I'm just gonna literally move this back a little bit so I can start applying layers. I think I'm gonna do about like 3 or 4 layers. Let's add layers and see how I feel about it. Like, usually 2-3 layers will do the job. Don't put too much glue. It's better to start small and then like gradually get to where you want to be. Do not overdo it. Like, this is overdoing it for me. Like, I just added a lot of glue right now while I was talking. So literally add your glue, and I'm adding it on the cap as well. Like, when I do that, I love doing this. I didn't understand why people did that before, but like when you put it on the cap as well as your forehead, it just gives you that seamless install. And on top of that, like, your cap doesn't lift up at all. Same with your wig, like everything just stays down. That's why, like, before I didn't understand, so I used to be like, all right, I'm just gonna glue the front of my cap or whatever, and now I just like put everywhere. That's what the girlies do. And the professionals that I watch on YouTube. Best university I've ever went to. YouTube University. I don't know if you noticed that, but like, I have so many different combs when doing my hair. They each have their own purpose. Yeah. So you definitely use a rat tail comb to do this part, because you don't want it to be sticking to the comb or whatever. But if you are using just one comb, make sure you are like wiping it down or whatever. Okay, we have our first layer secure and tacky, which we love. So we're gonna go in with a second layer. This one I'm gonna put it more on because the other one I went a little crazy with. Like, I'm literally wiping the back of this comb so that way it's not really like being tacky while I'm trying to put it down. Like, the glue, distribute the glue on the cap too. Honestly, all of these steps are necessary for like a clean, flawless install. So that's the same thing that the people that you were paying your hair to do that's what they do. Why can't you just like, you know, free some time in your schedule and do that yourself? I'm definitely a DIY queen. I love saving money, and by doing that I save a lot of money. So I know, like, whenever my best friend is going somewhere, she would like pay somebody to install her hair. Like, first she would buy the wig and then pay somebody to install it. That's like a bit much to me. This is literally a weekend. I got time, so I'd rather do that instead of paying. Let's let the second layer dry, and we'll come back with like one more layer, or we'll see where we at with one more layer. Okay, second layer is dried. Let's go in with one more layer and see how we are feeling before we literally put this wig down. You have to have patience for stuff like this though, so I can see why some people wouldn't want to do it, to be honest. But if you want something, you'll find patience for it. So I know I like looking poppin', and I know I don't like spending money, so okay, y'all, so I think I like it at layer number 3. This is what it's looking like. Tacky. I hate it when it goes under the cap like that, but whatever. Let's just get into it. It's time to lay this bad boy down. First, I'm gonna start by sliding the middle down to the center like so. Next, go in with the Frontal comb and press the lace. Make sure to comb the hair so that way it's not sticking to the glue. Alright, y'all, my camera died, so I had to like change it, which hopefully this is not like, okay, it's still tacky thing. So we're gonna move on to putting this side down like such. Beautiful, beautiful. You should definitely have something that looks like this. If not, I don't know what to tell you. While you're watching this, if you enjoy this, do like, make sure you hit that subscribe button, okay? Because I am dropping from a student who graduated to be a teacher. Okay. All right, we are not done. I just had to move all of the hair out the way real quick again one more time, because now we're gonna do the second layer of gluing. So this wig doesn't go anywhere. I mean, literally anywhere. It shouldn't go. I'm just gonna literally take a little drop of glue and put it on the back of my hand like this. Boom. And then I'm gonna go ahead with my Frontal comb, and I literally flip it back to secure the rest of the lace down. I do not want this bad boy to lift at all. I got some in my freaking eyebrow, but whatever. Alright, now that we did that, we're gonna literally go in and put this lace down. FYI, make sure that you are cleaning your brush or comb or whatever you are using to do this, so that way it's not like really sticky and tacky. I've ran into that issue before where I'm like, okay, I'm doing everything right, why is it not laying down? And it was because my tools weren't proper. So make sure you're cleaning it and switching out if you have more than one comb to do this. Pretty much like what? Let's get the bug. Okay, so now that we have everything glued down and secure, which we absolutely love, I'm just pressing my finger on it to make sure that everything is secure. We're gonna remove these little clips. Boom. And then I'm just gonna brush the hair back away from my face and behind my ears, pretty much. Now that I have it all in the back, I'm gonna go in with my hair clip. I'm gonna go in with my olive oil spray. This is like a wig grip spray or whatever, just to add extra security. I'm doing it very light around the perimeter to make sure that this bad boy is super secure and is not going nowhere. I'm gonna go in with my silk scarf or whatever, and I'm just gonna literally fold it in half since mine is super big, and I'm gonna place that. Some of the baby hair got in the way. Some of the little nothing to be cut in the opposite way that they are supposed to be, okay? Should brush all that back and then go ahead and apply that. I'm not gonna put the band, well, the head wrap behind my ears, mainly because I don't know if it's the way that my head is shaped, but for some reason whenever I put it behind, the sides are never glued down properly, so I usually just put it over my ear like such and then come back to the front since it's super long, and we're just gonna literally tie that bad boy down, and we're just gonna let it sit until everything dries. I don't know if it's the way that my face is shaped, but it's like there's like a little dent right here So if I put it behind my ears, this part wouldn't like properly glue down. So bear with the madness. I do follow what other people do so I can learn to do it myself. However, I would also add my own twist to it and do it in a way that, like, you know, is more suitable for me, because I don't have the same head shape as everybody. And for some reason, I don't know, like my head is like kind of like boom, there's a dent right here and then it comes right back. So this helps fix that issue. Curl still popping from when we curled it, okay? And if you don't want to have crunchy curls, you know exactly what to do. Follow those steps that we did, and you see my curls still looking pop. They dropped a little bit. If you don't want it to drop, you can also pin curl it, but I don't really like tight curls like that, so that's why I did it a little bit tight curls, so that way it can loosen up and drop on its own. So yeah, this is super cute. We're just gonna let this sit for like about like 15 minutes or something, and then when it's all dry and I feel like it's secure, since I don't have like a hooded dryer, you can literally put this on low and then, you know, go around and it'll give you the same effect as if you had a dryer. But I don't got time for that, so I'm just gonna like go around and go get something to eat and then let it dry. Once it's dry, I'm gonna come back and show you guys what it's looking like. Okay, my beautiful butterflies, it's been literally 15 minutes and let's unravel this to see what it looks like. Okay, I'm super excited. Boom. Okay, this is so satisfying, this part. Okay, would you look at that? Would you look at that? So flawless. I'm obsessed. Yeah, like if you do it like this, honey, you will always end up with something like this. Okay, at this point you're probably gonna be tired of these, but they are your best friend when you are like literally installing a wig. You want it to be flawless, so I'm just gonna literally use a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then like literally, I don't know if you can see like where it's like super shiny from like the spray or whatever. I'm just doing that to remove any residue. Don't go to the lace, just close to it. Now don't go crazy now, okay? But all of your hard work will be done. So just a little bit. If you have like cotton swab, you can do that too, so that way you will make sure that you're not getting heavy handed with it, but not, that makes sense. Flawless, beautiful. All right, now as you can tell, it's part but it's not parting, okay? It's not doing its thing because it's been through a lot. It was curled. Like I did the part just so I could situate where I wanted my side part to be when it was on the naked head. Now that it's on my head, we are gonna take care of these frizz and also, like, you know, part this better. Like it's already in a curvy motion, but I kind of want to make the part a little bit straighter, a little bit more to my liking. Boom. Now it's giving more of a part instead of the slappy thing it was giving. Like, to be honest, you could have left it like that if you want to, but I like being precise, and if my part is not doing what it needs to, it's gonna bother me the whole day. Going in with my hot comb to refine that part. Since you already did all that on the mannequin head, you don't gotta do much. You just gotta like literally do some fixing, putting the flyaways away. Where is my stick? Gonna go in with my spray. I'm not really doing any baby hairs or anything like that, but I am gonna like do my sideburns at least. I'm like looking over the baby hair era. If that changes, yo, I'll let you know about it. But now I just like rocking regular solid install. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Like this would be a perfect time to just do your baby hair if that's what you're planning on doing. I'm not. I usually always cut below my earlobe, so it's like giving me a nice little sideburn. You can go in with your mousse if you want to. I have this mousse, like the olive oil one, but like since I am wearing makeup and I don't want to get my face wet, and messed up my makeup even more than I already did. I'm just gonna like literally leave it like this. I'm brushing all of these hairs in case they were stuck in front of my hairline. Now they can be unstuck. They can feel free to do whatever they want. You know, your real hair is not really stuck to your forehead. Your hair is not stuck from like the spray and then the glue and stuff like that. Make sure it's flexible. Boom. We are loving this. Pretty much. If I can do this, like honestly, anybody can. Like I did not know how to do none of this stuff before until I was put into a situation, moved to an area, nobody could do my hair, nobody could do nothing for me, so I had to learn. And look at me now, teaching you. Okay, to finish with the whole lace process, I'm just gonna put a little bit of foundation, just a tad bit on the back of my hand, like such. We're gonna go in with our brush again, literally rub that everywhere. We don't have any residue left. We're gonna go pat down the lace. Want that lace to match your skin tone perfectly, as if it was part of your face or makeup. The reason why I do it like this is because I'm not always wearing makeup, and even if I'm not wearing makeup, my face would blend in with my scalp. It's not gonna be like, oh my god, she's wearing a wig, it's fake. Okay, so now that we have the lace matching our forehead perfectly, since I am wearing makeup, now you can see the difference in the discoloration of my skin or whatever from where I wipe my makeup off. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some makeup to fix that. I keep getting some flyaways, so we're just gonna put some more of this. These bad boys are staying down. Nobody wanna see that, okay? Nobody wanna see flyaways. Last but definitely not least, I'm gonna go in with my Better Than Sex liquid eyeliner. I know sometimes people would use their concealer to make that part like a little bit brighter or like lighter or whatever, but since I did bleach the knots and it's looking perfect to me in my own book, literally it's a mood. I don't need to do all that, but I do have some areas where the bleach went a little bit over, so I'm just gonna go ahead with my Better Than Sex liquid eyeliner and then like literally fill in those little gaps. There's not that many actually, like that's just me being picky because I'm like, alright, just in case something like that do happen to y'all, you can either get the spray where you like spray it down to make the part look more defined, but I don't have that, but I do have a liquid eyeliner. So yeah, you can either use a liquid eyeliner or you can use mascara to do this part if you don't want to really invest in like all the extra stuff. I want to keep it budget friendly. But yeah, just like that, it just defines my part and it looks very natural. I don't really need to put anything because I feel like if I put anything, it's probably gonna make the lace look a little bit wider than what I want, so I'm not going to do that. So yeah, that's the final look with everything being done. I'm absolutely obsessed with this. Like, are you serious? That's the final look. Personally, I don't like tight curls. So I'm glad that these curls already dropped, so I didn't have to do much to it, which is popping. If you want to loosen up your curl a little bit more, you can literally flip your hair upside down and flip it back, and all of the volume will just be up here. You can do that, or you can like literally go with like a big comb to undo the curls, like kind of like make them more voluptuous, but I'm not doing that right now. I actually like these curls. I usually don't like tight curls, but since they dropped a little bit, I'm obsessed. Okay, I'm obsessed. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, follow, share, and subscribe, because there's gonna be more of these videos coming in the near future, as well as more styling videos, because this is just one style and I can do many different styles. If you guys want to see something else, comment down below and let me know what you would like to see next.